All right. I think we're good. What's up, traders? My name is Sun, or you can call me Sun J Smith Trades, or you can just call me SJS Trades, whatever works for you guys. I made this video so that I can explain what is day trading and how does day trading work, because I've had a lot of people, especially a lot of people close to my life, basically ask me how I got into trading and how do they get started, and basically asking me all the sorts of questions on how they can do what I do. And I made this video so that hopefully I can help out you guys that were in my position about 4 years ago when I just started out and actually trying to learn how to do something that isn't just work a 9 to 5 job, or isn't just, you know, run on the hamster wheel for a paycheck and feel like you don't have any freedom in your life. Hopefully this video can help you out to understand a little bit better about what day trading means and how you can get started too. And yeah, so I guess the question is, what is day trading? All day trading really means is super simple. It's self-explanatory. Just getting in and getting out of the position, whatever you're trading, in the same day, in one day. It's that simple. Whether that be stocks, crypto, forex, or whatever it may be. It's literally just getting in and getting out of the same asset or stock or crypto or forex in the same day. Simple as that. And then I think the next question is, why son should I even get started in that? Why should I risk my money and potentially lose to just get started in day trading, right? And I think the answer to that being is that you're about to learn a skill that can buy your freedom for the rest of your life. And I think a lot of people don't realize that. That's why they say that 90% of traders fail, is because they try to get started in day trading and then they lose, and then they get frustrated and then they quit. They quit because they lost, or they quit because, they're like, oh, I don't never want to go through that again. I never want to experience that financial loss again, so I'm just never going to do that again. And I think that's the main thing that most people go through whenever they try to trade stocks, forex, or crypto, any of it. But I think what they fail to realize is that this is a skill that can genuinely buy your freedom for you. It genuinely can change your life if you're committed to something for a long period of time. And then most people who get started out really don't even understand the true potential behind it. And I think that's what's kept me in here so long. And that's what's kept me trading for the last 4 years, is that I can see the potential of me being able to buy my own freedom back. And that's the greatest part about trading, is that you have the potential to do something that can pay you a doctor's salary while you're sipping martinis in Hawaii or wherever you're trying to be. I mean, that's just an example. But it gives you time freedom, gives you location freedom. You don't have to clock into work every day. You don't have to answer to a boss. And on top of that, the best part is you get financial freedom. There's not another person saying oh, you can only make this much this month, or oh, you can only get this much from working this position, and you have to ask somebody for a promotion. It's this is one of those things that you are your own determining factor. You are the only thing holding you back from really reaching a next level of something you never thought was possible. And I think that's my favorite part. That's my favorite part about trading. It really allows you to have an unparalleled level of freedom compared to almost anything else I've ever seen. And I think a lot of people that actually do end up making it in trading will also tell you that. A lot of people ask me son, how does day trading even work? how would I even get started? And I think the first things you're gonna need are one, a broker, whether that's Robinhood, Fidelity, Webull. There's like so many out there, but the main one I use, of course, is Robinhood. And then two, the other thing you'll need is some sort of charting platform where you can actually watch the chart, see the price movements, and see exactly where you think price will go next. And for that, I love TradingView. That's like been my best friend for like the last 4 years. Trading on TradingView has been like my number one platform personally. And I highly recommend it if you're just getting started out. Both Robinhood and TradingView are really beginner friendly in the sense that it's not hard to learn the platform whatsoever. Like compared to like for example Thinkorswim, I tried to use Thinkorswim and it's for me it was complex, too complex for me, and I just switched to Robinhood honestly. The user interface is a lot simpler, a lot smoother, a lot more beginner friendly, especially. So I like that one a lot. And especially like if you're just getting started, it's highly recommended. So those are the two things you'll need. And the third thing you'll need, which should be a given, is some capital. But I think that brings me to my next topic is that a lot of key things that beginners fail to realize is that they need to practice on a demo account before they trade their real money. That is like the main thing I didn't do, and I think that held me back for a while, to be completely honest with you guys. I think that if I would have just practiced on demo for way longer, it would have honestly transferred into my real trading way better, and I wouldn't have lost so much money. And I think that me practicing on demo really would have saved me like a lot of headache and a lot of time. So here I am to tell you guys to not make the same mistake that I made. And please practice on demo. I think the next thing that another thing that traders fail to do, especially when first starting, is that they over leverage and use way too much money at the very start. Whenever you first start, you genuinely should be trying to make like $5. Genuinely. And I think a lot of the times like people will like try to go for these crazy big numbers when they don't really know what they're doing. And I think that it just puts them at the position to really like get it done bad by the market if they're not careful. Or you can get lucky and have beginner's luck and make a shit ton of money. But it's not reliable in the long term. Maybe in the short term you do good on that and you make a lot of money at the start, but it's not going to be reliable long term. There's a saying in trading that slow is fast, meaning that over time your money will compound and you will be able to have bigger positions over time. But I think a lot of people jump into over leveraging way too quickly. I know I made that mistake when I was first starting out. And I think that's another thing that really held me back. It put me in the bad habit of putting way too much money into positions way too early. And I think that over time I like realized the error of my ways, and I finally made the decision to not over leverage anymore. And that honestly helped me stay awake, more consistent in my psychology and just in my account in general. And then I think that brings me to my next topic is how trading works. Of let's say for example, you wanted to buy, let's just keep it real simple, like Apple stock. Let's stock of the Apple, like your iPhone like right here. Let's say you wanted to buy a share of their company, meaning a share, all that means is that you're owning a micro fractional percentage of that company. You are a public owner of Apple if you own their stock. So for example, let's say Apple stock is $100 and you put in that $100 to buy your one share and Apple goes up to, for example, 110. You just made $10 just from pressing buttons on your phone. You just made $10. Now that's fire. That's lit. But on the contrary, let's say Apple stock goes from $100 to $90. You just lost $10. It goes both ways. And that's like the hard part about trading. It's all about timing. It's all about getting into the position at the right time with the right context and the right things backing the trade, really, honestly. And then what I do personally is called options trading, which all that means is that it's just a way that you can leverage your money so that a small move can make you way more money than you thought it would. For example, let's use the same Apple example. You buy Apple at $100 and you think it's gonna go up, right? You buy in and let's say it makes that same exact move from $100 to $110. If you have that position and let's say it's before your expiration date, which I'll cover all this in another video too, so that's like way more clear. But let's say it goes up to that $110 before your expiration date. Instead of making that $10 like I was saying before, you just made $100. Oh, excuse me, $1,000. You just made $1,000. The way options work is that it's 100x leverage. You basically are buying a contract so that you can have more leverage in the same move that a share would have. So let's say, like same Apple example, Apple goes from $100 to $110. That same $10 move is now, instead of just $10, it's now $10 times 100, because all option is just a leveraged way of saying that you own 100 shares of the stock. So instead of the stock going from 100 to 110, even if it just goes up $1, you just made $100. Or $100 to $102, you just made $200. And then $100 to $103, you made $300, and so on and so forth. But like I was saying earlier, it's all a double-edged sword in trading. The same way you can make $100,000, $10,000, you can lose $100, $200, $1,000, $10,000 in the same stroke. So it's really all about just knowing what you're doing and when to buy and when to sell. And that's exactly why I'm here to help you guys out, because I want you guys to be better than me, and I want you guys to understand how I do it so that you guys can avoid the same mistakes that I made for so long. And yeah, that's basically it. I hope that really explains what day trading is. It's honestly like one of my, if not the most favorite thing I've ever found in my life. And there's people making millions of dollars doing this at a high level. It's a high income, high skill cap type of skill type shit. So this is really something that I really would like you guys to think about, and I hope I can help you guys out, truthfully. Because when I was first starting, I never saw like somebody like me, or somebody that looked like me at least, really explaining how to day trade or like what day trading really was. So I hope you guys take me as an example and I can show you guys the right way to keep going in this. Because I know when you first start, it's so hard. It's so hard to really like get started, especially if you've been doing it for like at least like, a few months. hopefully I can expedite you guys' process and show you guys the true potential behind it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. My name is Sun, and come back for the next one. I'm gonna really start a series on this. We can start calling it like Trading University or something. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace.